Good afternoon, students.
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon.
We were been waiting for you, Rosie, so I'm glad that you're here. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, teacher. And you?
Okay. I am good. I am hungry again. I am in sort of a diet and I have to eat only healthy food and now I'm hungry. Okay, thank you for asking. So we're going to start. I'm going to call you first. So we are so many. Please say present. Cecilia?
Present.
Good. And Rosie?
Present, teacher.
Good. Okay, before we start up with your interview presentation, I have a warm-up activity, and this is about making up stories. So here in your screen, you have the ABC, and we are, because I'm going to participate, we are going to create a story using the different letters in the ABC. For example, I'm going to start, I'm going to say, Anna is a very strange girl. Okay, this is my beginning, and then you go next, and then you go next, and so on. So is it clear what you have to do? To give me two minutes. What happened? Okay, so yes or no? Is it clear?
More or less, teacher.
More or less, okay. We need to create a story using the beginning of the letters. For example,
Okay.
I start, for me it's letter A, and I'm going to start like, Anna is a strange girl. Next, Rosie is with letter B. What would you say? I don't know. Something that starts up with B. Yes?
For example, you start with letter A, then I have to continue the story with letter
Yes.
C.
Then
Okay.
C with letter C, then I go again with letter D, and so on and so on. We need to finish up the ABC. Okay, so I'm going to start. The story starts with Anna. Anna is a strange girl. Rosie, letter B.
But sometimes she need to be more.
Okay, Ceci, letter C. That's good.
If you want, teacher, I can continue the letter C, or you continue the letter C.
Yes, because Ceci is having problems with the internet. Oh, I was having problems with my internet a moment ago in the last class. Yes, continue, please.
And she need to be more conscious.
During the trip.
And I don't know.
With E during the trip. During the trip in an elephant.
Elephant? No. She need to be more elegant.
Okay. For the party.
Because she's going to enjoy this party.
Humorously with his friends. He had no idea.
In this party, she can imagine lots of things.
Okay. Jumping around.
Jumping around. And she could be she could be the no.
With K, like no, maybe no, or kiss.
She maybe knows about his friends during the party.
Which are lunatic friends?
Maybe she will continue the party with his lunatic friends.
Non-stop because she is happy.
Her lunatics. Obviously, she will enjoy this party.
Okay. And yes,
I think that's it. Ceci want to
participate. No, I can't listen to Ceci. No, repeat please, Ceci, with letter O. No, with letter P, my letter. Maybe in the chat, Ceci, if you want to. Don't use the mic, use the chat, and I read with letter P. Ceci, si quieres en el chat y yo voy leyendo tu. With letter P, no? No, I think she's having a problem. Oh, we hate internet. Okay, it's probably my internet. Yes, maybe. Okay, I will continue with P. Patience was not their friends.
Maybe in this party, she could show her qualifications.
And rationality appears. Oh my God, my story.
And all the time she can smile.
Throughout the whole party.
And she could be the unique person conscious in this party.
Who like violet color? I have no idea.
And she could enjoy with her friends.
Okay. And ex-boyfriend.
And she could use a yellow dress.
Okay. And finally, they went to the zoo. Very good. Thank you, Rosie. That was a very strange story.
Ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend, and then to the zoo. Okay, thank you very much. It's okay, Ceci. Don't worry about the internet. Okay, so today you're going to present a simulation of a job interview. You're going to present first your job application form, and then you're going to read your cover letter, and finally your questions, okay? So who wants to be the first? I need to see the job application. Get ready with your files if you have them over there. job application form, cover letter, and your questions. So who is ready?
If you want, teacher, I can present
Yes,
my
go
job
ahead.
application.
Go ahead, Rosie. I want to see your job application. It can be invented information. It's okay, don't worry.
Yes, teacher, I use ¿cómo se dice formato? Form?
Format, yes,
The
or
format,
outlined.
the format that you set us. Okay. In my job application form, some information that's not true. In this job application, I fill my name, Rosa Urbano Rosas, and the date I used today, July 10. My address I put is in North Hollywood, California. I put my phone number, my email. In this case, teacher and date available, I don't know which is the information that I have to use.
The date available is when the date that you want, that you may have the interview. For example, if I give you two options, Tuesday and Thursday, what is the date available? Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Social Security, I invent this number. The desired salary, I pretend to earn $2,000. I don't know if this salary is enough, but I would like to earn this. I pretend to apply for the position export area assistant. Are you authorized to work in US? I put that yes, because if I put no, I think that I couldn't get the job. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? Felony? Is the correct pronunciation, teacher?
Felony.
Felony?
Felony. Yes.
No.
Which means crime. Yes.
Felony. Have you ever worked for this company? I put that no. Then I put my information about my education, high school, Alfonso Calderón Moreno. I put the address of this high school and the year. If I am graduate, I put that yes. And diploma teacher, I don't know in this case which is the information that I have to put in this line.
For example, sometimes you get a physical diploma, a physical paper, that if you have it. Okay, for example, you finish up high school, but maybe you don't have the diploma, which is a paper.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Entonces, so in this case, I must to put yes?
Yes, you can write yes I do, or yes I have the diploma, or only a tick, which means palomita, a tick.
Yeah. Then college, I put Unileader, the address of Unileader, the from 2016 2019. If I graduate, I put that yes. In this case, I put the title in Spanish because ¿cómo se dice? Como literal o tal cual. Literally?
Literally, yes.
And reference, I put some numbers imaginary. A company air shipping. This company is real, but I have not worked in this company.
But someday, why not?
I would like it. And then employment history. I put this company because the person of reference are my coworker, and in this case, employment history, I put the company that I use I used before, and the title of my job is exploratory assistant. In this case, I put that starting salary and 18,000 dollars, and finally I perceive a salary $22,000. The responsibility that I have in this company is check the sport procedure before custom authorities. The day that I start in this company is 2019, and and ¿cómo diría yo terminé?
I finished? Oh, I ended.
I ended in this company in 2021. The reason for leaving is because I want to get a new experience in another company. And that's all, teacher.
I really love the signature.
The signature.
That was cool. It was really nice. Well, I don't have to say it. You always work beautifully. So you're an amazing student. Very good, Rosie. Do you have your cover letter?
Yes, teacher.
Please present it, and then we do the interview at the end.
Can you see the cover letter?
Would you like to live in Anaheim, California?
Yes, teacher.
I would love to live in Orange County.
Is in Canada?
No, it's in California.
California?
Yes, too. It's very sunny place. Okay, go ahead.
I have listened, teacher, that California is like Mexico.
Yes, and they have a lot of Mexican people over there. Latin American people live in California. Yes, mainly San Diego, which is very close to the Mexican border. So San Diego is full of Mexican people. Yes, yes it is.
But I would like to live in California.
Yeah, me too.
Well, in this case, in my cover letter, for this I put in Anaheim, California, in the United States of America. The date is July 10. Creo que aquí puse mal la fecha, ¿verdad, teacher? Sería el...
No, it's correct, but you're missing a comma between July and 2021. It was only the comma. Mm-hmm. And because it's okay, no matter the way you have the day written, you read July the 10th, so it's okay, only the comma.
Okay, teacher, thank you. Well, in my cover letter is for their hiring manager. When I start to send, no, empecé a enviar, no.
Yes, it's correct. I started to send.
For hiring manager, I will read my cover letter. As an degree international trade with 3 years of experience, I apply with enthusiasm for this opportunity. I recently come from Mexico, where I work for 3 years as export area assistant in area to shipping SA. In this place, I check the export procedure before custom authorities, where I can offer my knowledge and experience with your company. Also, I want to get more experience in this industry. I know that I have to work so much in order to get it, but I would like to know more about your company and techniques that you apply. Then maybe in 5 years, I could teach these techniques to other generation into the company. I hope I have shown that I am an ideal candidate for this position, and please find attached my CV. I look forward to hearing from you. Your faithfully, Rosa Urban. And that's all, teacher.
Very good, very good. How important, maybe not here in Mexico, but when applying to jobs in abroad, that's what I mean. It's very important, this cover letter, because this letter explains what I am really meaning to be at the job. Like, okay, I want to work with for you because of this. I am capable of this. I have these qualifications. That is very important. Maybe it's not very used here, but it's very common in other countries. So if you want to apply to jobs abroad, it's very important, the cover letter. Very good, Rosie. Thank you. Next, Ceci, your job application form and your cover letter, please.
Teacher,
Yes.
can I ask you something?
Yes, spit it out.
When you work in Canada, you must to present a cover letter.
Yes. Mainly because I am not from the business area. I am a teacher. So, and I was asked to explain why I wanted to work for that company. And I have to explain the reasons. So yes, I have to do it. That's why it's very important. Maybe in Mexico we don't use it, but in other countries, yes, you have to. Mainly if when you work for a company. When I remember my first job in a shop, no, I didn't have to do that. But for this company, yes, it's very important to write down the cover letter, because it's like when you go to college, you explain why you want to get in. So that's why in the job. So you have to explain why you want to work for the company. It's very important. Yes, it is.
How many sheet you use in order to avoid your cover letter, teacher?
Only one. They were requiring only one sheet. Yes, because you don't have to expand a lot. Sometimes we tend to expand ourselves because we are Mexicans, but no. In English, you need to be very precise, short, and very direct. So only one. Yes. Good question.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Ceci's having problems with the internet, so we're gonna wait a little bit for her to present. It's horrible. I was having problems a moment ago. I don't know, maybe it was my computer or the universe, maybe.
Yes, teacher. Sometimes happens this because, for example, when I go to my village, I present this problem all the time. For this, when I take the class in this place,
Yes.
I prefer to I don't remember how can I say avisar.
Notice.
No, notice. I prefer notice to my teachers that maybe I will present problems because my internet is very bad.
Yes, there's no problem. I understand. I have had internet connection problems too. So I try to be very calm, to take a deep breath, because if you get nervous and if you get stressed, technology doesn't work, and that happens. It depends on the place. Yes. So I think Ceci is ready. Ready, Ceci, you tell us.
Teacher, can I ask you something again?
Yes, go ahead. I don't know everything, but I can help you out.
In my job application form, is correct that in the degree I put licenciada en Comercio Internacional, or I must to put the title, the degree in English?
Maybe it could be in English the first time, and the second time, because some companies ask you to write it in the original language. So maybe for the first time it could be in English. It's much better.
It's much better.
Yes.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. International Trades and Customs degree. That will be in English. For example, for me, my degree will be in language teaching. Oh. Doesn't matter if I speak English, Spanish, and French. My degree is language teaching. So that is my translation. That's the translation of my degree.
And is a teacher, because I think that the language open doors around the world.
Yes.
Because, for example, if you go China, if we don't, maybe it will be difficult to communicate with the people, but also if you know to talk in English, it could be possible that you can find more easy the life in this place, because you have a way to communicate. But if you only talk in Spanish, it
Mhm.
be more difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though when you speak English is quite difficult, it's very important to speak other languages. To be honest, for me, Chinese is very, very difficult. I get into other languages, but for me, Chinese, Japanese, all those languages are very, very difficult. But sometimes if we have to learn, we have to learn anyway. So yes, very good, Rosie, very good. I was thinking about in my job in Canada, I was resigned for 1 week to Quebec, and I have to speak in French, and I was like, oh my god, that isn't good. I'm not pretty good at speaking French very fluently because I don't practice, but I have to study French a little bit. So I think it was nice.
I understand, teacher, because some years ago,
Yes.
I study two course of French,
Mhm.
but in this time I forgot.
Yes, you need to practice.
Yeah, and I think that now I only could say bonjour and only this word.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, it's very important, mainly when you work in this area, just to practice and practice. Even though practice English is very difficult, even though that most people who speak English, not all of them want to practice English with you. That happens a lot. Even though when you were studying, for example, I remember when I used to be in university, most of the students used to speak, practice, or used to learn English, but none of them wanted to practice outside. Like, no, but here in Mexico, we must speak in Spanish. And I was, no, we must practice in English because that's why we're here for. And mainly with French. I remember that I had only one friend who would love to practice French with. Like we used to sing in French. We used to speak in French in the street, and all people, I remember that were looking at us like, what? Those strange ones. But it's very important to practice, no? To have phone calls, to watch programs, TV shows. That's very, very important. Yes, it is. It is. Absolutely, it is.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I don't know if she's still having problems. Let me check on the chat. No, you only uploaded your answers to the job interview, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. If you have any other question, Rosie, spit it out. Don't worry. I don't know everything, but I can help you out.
I would like to prepare my cover letter. And I think that in this case, my cover letter, it was very short. When I finished, I thought that maybe my cover letter was very, very short, and I thought that if if these need more information, that when I saw the format that you let us, I think that my cover letter answer the question that we have to consider in order to redactar,
Right.
write the cover letter.
I think it was good for the first time that you wrote a cover letter. You may work in it a little bit, maybe adding more reasons why you are the right person for the position. I think Ceci is still having problems. We're going to continue with the questions. I'm going to help you. Give me a moment just to look up for the questions. Well, they are my documents. Okay, so I will count the activity. I will be in contact with Ceci. She's still have problems with the internet. So we're going to continue with the questions, Rosie. I'm going to ask you questions and you're going to answer, okay? So welcome to the simulated interview. Rosie, tell me about yourself.
To answer this question, I'm going to present my...
You're going to present? Yes, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Rosa Urbano Rosas. I'm from Puebla, Mexico. I have a degree in international trade and custom. I love my profession. And that's all, teacher, about this question.
Okay, it's okay. It's good. We don't have to say nothing more. So next, why do you want to leave your current job?
Because I want to get other experience in a different place, another company.
Very good. What are your strengths?
I have a positive attributes like knowledge in administration, economy, and law and customs.
Okay.
What's the correct pronunciation, teacher? Customs or customs?
Customs.
Customs?
Customs. Yes.
How can difference the pronunciation with the costumbres, customs?
It's the same pronunciation. Customs. So yes, it's the same pronunciation. So when you need to know the meaning, it depends on the context. Yes.
Okay.
It's different spelling, but the same pronunciation. Very good. Next question. What are your weaknesses? Ooh.
Well, I am very meticulous, so I require much time to review the things, and sometimes fast solution is needed. Nevertheless, I give results when the organization needed.
That's a very good answer. Which adjectives would you use to describe yourself?
Mm, I think that I'm conscientious, hardworking. I am a honest person and courteous.
What do you know about our company?
I know about your company by the internet because I stay in this industry. Uh, Pardon, teacher. I'm sorry, teacher.
Okay, no, don't worry, don't worry.
I'm just concentrate. Well, I start again. I know your company is one of the fastest growing, provide comprehensive service for custom agencies. In my case, teacher, I suppose like I want to work for a company about international trade. For this is that in this question, my answer is according for a company about international trade. Um, well, and my answer is the voy a empezar de nuevo.
Okay, don't worry, take
I
a
will
breath. You can
again.
make it. Don't get nervous.
What do you know about our company? I know about your company because your company is one of the fastest growing, provide comprehensive service for custom agencies, international freight, land transportation, warehousing and distribution, merchandise insurance, and comprehensive logistics with a highly trained team of professionals, and I would like to be one of them.
Good. Why should I hire you?
Can you repeat, teacher, please?
No, sorry. Why do you want to work for us? I missed one.
Uh, well, I would like to work for you because I know that I could get more experience and you are one of the best in your industry.
Good. Next, why should I hire you?
You should hire me because I would like to apply my knowledge in your company and grow with you.
What past accomplishments gave you satisfaction?
My college degree and postgraduate title.
What makes you want to work hard?
My motivation are my family and me, because I want to increase in two areas as a professional person. And I know that if I feel good, my parents also feel the same and they will enjoy my results.
Good. What type of work environment do you like best?
I enjoy being a team player when needed, but also enjoy working independently in order to get more concentration.
Why do you want this job?
I want this job to apply my knowledge and get more experience.
Good. How do you handle pressure and stress?
Mm, When when I am pressure and I feel stressed, I try to keep calm in order to resolve this issue.
Good. Explain how you overcame a major obstacle.
Um, in my first job, I have a bad boss because he delegated all of the work to me. So it was difficult for me to do all the work, but I implemented different techniques in order to give results in the company.
Wow. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I want to get more experience in this industry. I know that I have to work so much in order to get it, but I would like to know more about your company in order to apply my knowledge in your company. And then in 5 years, I could teach my techniques to the other generation as a teacher, or maybe in the company to other generation.
Excellent, excellent answer. That is a pretty straightforward answer. Wow, Rosa, I really loved it. What qualifies you for this job?
I know about international trade and I can apply my knowledge and experience in your company. I have a master's degree in tariff classification and I have 6 years of experience.
Finally, why did you choose your college major? Phew.
Okay, I choose this college major because I know that I have an opportunity for professional growth.
Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you too, teacher.
Okay, we'll be in contact with you. That's what they say in the interviews. Thank you. Okay, Ceci, no, she can hear, she can listen to me. I'm going to write. I'm waiting for Ceci's files to present. So give me a few minutes. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Okay, then in progress of being sent. I think they're arriving. Okay, so here I have Ceci's cover letter, and I think she was just missing the job application. So I'm going to read it, and then you give us some opinion, Rosie, okay? So here is Ceci's cover letter. I am a person committed, responsible, perfectionist with myself. I believe that I have sufficient capacities to successfully develop the activities that are assigned to me because I have the knowledge acquired at the university and experience acquired in my previous jobs. I am a respectful person and aware of their responsibilities, so I like to give 100% of it could be of myself here. I have developed activities that give me the security and certainty to back up my words, not to mention that I consider my career as one of my passions. I am interested in developing myself in the work environment related to my career since all its areas in general cause me great emotion. My work intentions are to know international customs because having the positive world cultures helps and excites me. I intend to work in Europe at some point, learn about new cultures and new languages. Everything related to international trade and to achieve position in a top to help recognized companies to position themselves in the national market. So I think that is good. Maybe we need to work on the format because we are putting a lot of enters and we are not using the correct point and continuous, the correct I forget the words. I forget the word even in Spanish. Punctuation. Okay. But Rosie, do you have any comment on the cover letter?
I think, teacher, that the cover letter is good because all the points that put in this cover letter represent that Ceci loves
Mm-hmm.
her career, and she really wants to apply or get the uh, she represent that she have the ability or the no she has the knowledge
Mm-hmm.
in order um, to to get the job that she wants to get. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah. The
but
content is good. The content is very direct. I think we need to work a little bit on the format, no? Like working a little bit on the presentation. But the content it was good. Thank you, Rosie. And I'm going to write down on the chat that it was nice. Can you hear me out? I wrote noche. I don't know why I wrote that. Let me see. Spanish and English out of my head. Okay, so meanwhile, we are going to wait for the job application and the questions in the case that she has it, but we're going to continue. Meanwhile, don't worry, we still have time. I really prefer the little hand. Okay, so here I have some tips of how you may introduce yourself professionally, okay? So the first topic is to state your purpose. Many people introduce themselves by stating their name and current job title, but you should also try to add information your new contact can find in your business card. If you are a networking event, consider starting with your name, then starting with your patient is. You could also mention what your goal is for the encounter, such as finding someone to collaborate with or a new idea you have. Yes, it's nice. It's very common for us to start with our names because it's very important for the other person to know who we are. But also immediately after we say your names, we I recommend him to give our passion, to give our purpose here. Okay, so that is the first advice here. Quickly summarize who you are and who you are and why you are for the interview. Your interviewers already know what position you're applying for, so you have your professional introduction. Explain your purpose in a few sentences. You should include your name and why you're a good candidate for the job position. Now, for example, for me, if I want to apply for a new job as a teacher, I would say my name and I would say I really love what I do every day because it's something like that. Okay, so keep in mind that you should start your introduction in a way that is appropriate for the context. For example, if you are in a networking event, you might simply start by shaking a new connection's hand and give them your first and last name. Then begin a conversation by asking and answering questions about the background and your own. These are tips not only for you as the interviewee, but also if you were the interviewer. You know, for example, sometimes when we are working a company, we are asked to interview other people. No, you were interviewed, but you may interview other people, and so the good way of moving forward into an interview is to ask forwarding questions. Not like, okay, if the question was tell me about yourself, and that person maybe talk about a professional experience, you're going to say, oh, really? And what happened in that job? So those are follow-up questions. So interview introduction example, and that's an example of what it said here. My name is Tara. I moved to New York City because advertising is my passion, and this is a place to find an inspirational, innovative, and community. I have a rich background analyzing audiences for messenger optimization and would love to tell you about the strengths I can bring to this role. So I think this is just an example of this whole explanation. So questions so far? No. Yes, no? Opinions?
No, teacher.
Good. So these are tips for you to follow up in you when you have an interview. When you have an job interview for the first time, it's very, very difficult. And we get nervous. That is very common. But those tips are very useful for you to use. So how to introduce yourself? So here are tips or extra tips for you to use. Here are 7 steps to introduce yourself to the interviewer and leave a great impression. Yes, it's very important. The first impression is very important. So 1, start by researching the company and your interviewers. Yes, sometimes you want to work for a company and you don't know anything about them, so maybe you can compare yourself with the company's information, like what the objective is, or where they are located, or why they are very important. So that's very useful. 2, dress professionally for the interview. Yes, sometimes we take for granted number 2, like, okay, if I go to an interview, of course I have to dress professionally or formally. But some people go to job interviews not wearing professionally, believe it or not. And sometimes you say, okay, so did you come for the interview or what? So it's very important. Maybe you don't have to use a wedding dress or a cocktail dress. What you need to wear professionally and formally. 3, avoid distractions and keep eye contact. To be honest, for me, it's very difficult to keep eye contact because I get very, very nervous. And one of the tips that I got once, it was that you have to look at the person in the forehead and not the eye, because you when you look at the person in the forehead, you get less nervous. So that is a tip for you. 4, smile, be confident and comfortable. Yeah, sometimes we are very nervous, but we need to be like feeling good at the moment. 5, use open professional body language, not very nervous or very closed. 6, prepare a short greeting and introduction of yourself. Maybe good morning is very nice, but good morning, how are you today, maybe, which is very formal. In English, you cannot say what's up because it's very informal, but we can say how is your day or how are you today. And 7, rehearse your introduction with a friend. Yes, okay. So questions?
Yeah, rehearse. What does rehearse mean?
Practicar.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Are you taking notes, you tell me, or may I continue? May I continue?
You can continue, teacher.
I think yes. Okay. Okay. Tip number 2 or step number 2 when having an interview, both your words and your body language make an impact on first impressions. Controlling your body language is essential to staying poised and professional in a new introduction. For example, when you approach a new co-worker in your department, start with a strong handshake and maintain eye contact during the conversation. Doing this shows the other party you're engaged in your interaction. Even I couldn't find the word. Even when you are speaking to a person, it doesn't matter if he's your co-worker or not. It's very important to keep eye contact and to keep on with the conversation, mainly in English, in Spanish too, and this is a cultural aspect. It's very rude for a person just not to continue up with a conversation. For example, when you're in the interview and maybe at some point the interviewer hesitates a bit, maybe you can say, well, as a matter of fact, or talking about this or something like that. So it's very important. When you introduce yourself to someone, you can demonstrate confidence by speaking in a clear and audible voice during your conversation. Maintain a natural body language. With relaxed shoulders and open arms by your side. If you are seated, it's time to greet someone who walks in the room, such as during an interview. In English, mainly, you need to speak slowly because sometimes or most of the times people tend to speak very fast in English. But when you have a professional meeting, you must speak fluently and slowly. And in some countries, you need to stand up when someone gets into the room. So that doesn't happen in Mexico, but that happens in other countries. Questions? Maybe those are a lot of notes, but it's very important for you to know. No questions, no comments? Okay.
No, teacher.
Okay,
I
okay.
think that this problem we have here in Mexico when we expose our some presentation in a school, we move the hands or sometimes our when we are exposing, we talk very slowly. But I understand in this point that we don't have to. We have to be. We have to be more precise. And that's all, teacher.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, in Mexico we have the other side. No, we speak very slowly, and we don't have that in well, maybe we have drills. They are called drills. In Spanish are called muletillas. In Spanish we speak slow and we say este. So that those are the problems. We need to avoid those kind of drills or muletillas, I would say in Spanish. It says here another tip for step number 2, how to use body language to project confidence in your job interview. If you want your body language to project confidence in your next job interview, follow these steps. Prepare in private. Yes, the point is to practice, rehearse. Be aware in the waiting room. So don't use the cell phone. Don't read, or maybe read your cover letter, your job application, but don't be just be concentrated on the job interview. Even though that you haven't entered into the job interview, you need to be very concentrated on that. So it's better not to use any distractors like the cell phone or maybe other stuff. 3, maintain good posture. Yes, sometimes we tend to sit very weirdly, like, I don't know, maybe your shoulders are down or back is curved. So we need to sit properly. 4, keep your palms open. Yes, that's very, very important to keep your palms open. Or sometimes maybe in just one hand to have a marker or something, or maybe a clip or a cap for you to manipulate, and you direct energy to the object in your hand. So that is another tip. 5, use effective eye contact. Yes, and be responsive. So be responsive means that you need to answer all the questions. Even though if those questions are kind of not very common, you may say, I prefer not to explain, maybe, if you want to say no to some questions. But never say no. Never say only yes. You need to explain. Mm-hmm. If you have questions, let me know. Step number 3, explain where you are available. Employers might schedule multiple interviews throughout the day or week for a job opening. Your professional introduction should convey your unique experience and qualifications, so you stand out from other candidates. Here, an introduction that sounds different from previous ones directs your contact's attention toward you and lends to make more memorable. During an interview introduction, for example, you should let your interviewer know why you would make a valuable contribution to the team. So the presentation is very important because you say your name, but you say the reason why you want to work here and why you are viable as a worker. So what your qualifications are, which are very important. Even though that in the upcoming interview you're going to be asked about that, you need to give a very small summary of what you're capable of. An example. My name is Ebony and I have 10 years of experience working in public relations. I have worked with more than 20 destination marketing organizations to increase tourism at their destinations, resulting in 40% more business at certain locations. Okay, so that is an example. Questions, comments?
No, teacher, thank you.
Good. I hope that you use this information. Next, point number 4, step number 4, understand the culture. Yes, mainly when you apply for a job in another country. Consider researching the company before an interview or meeting to understand the culture before an introduction with a computer programming company. For example, review their website or social media pages to see what the culture is like. If the company seems more casual, it may be appropriate to include humor in your introduction. For example, in Mexico, it's very common. For a more formal position or meeting with a potential client, keeping a more professional demeanor could make you more likely to be hired or gain the client's business. Mainly in behavior, like for example, in Mexico, not anymore because we're in pandemic, but it was very common used to shake hands, to say good morning to all the people in the room. But in some countries, you don't have to have contact, only with signs or with maybe by taking a bow. For example, in countries like in Asia. So it's very important for you to know the culture. That's why when we learn languages, we learn culture. We read about literature. We know about movies. We know about music because that is culture. We know about food. It's very, very important. Example, hi, my name is Yuri, and I'm looking forward to working with you on the construction of the new building. So culture is not only politics, or it's not only books, it's language itself. So the way you speak, an example, it could be also in Mexico, when you use the usted, which reflects this formality from Mexican culture, which doesn't exist in other countries. Okay, so questions, comments so far?
No, teacher, thank you.
So I hope that the information is good for you. Examples for professional introduction. So you need to make your introduction, so you need to do it properly. So example number 1, introducing yourself in an interview. Keep your introduction short and simple to hold your audience attention. So here we have the example number 1. My name is Priya, and I enjoy promoting small companies to help them increase their profits. I'm excited for the opportunity to be part of the team that increases awareness of the business enrichment I have a strong background in public relations and would love to tell you about the strengths I could bring to this position, okay? Let me check something. That's what you're going to do for next class, okay? You are going to share, you're going to introduce yourself in an interview, okay? Okay, only the introduction for next class. We have other examples. Reaching out on a new client. So how you introduce yourself in order to get a new client. Imagine that you're working in a company already and you want to attract your new clients' attentions. So having a professional email introduction, it could be in email or in person. Example, my name is Jean and I am reaching out from Bags Unlimited to inform you of the services we provide. Our company sends out automatic shipments of bi-aerial takeout bags to restaurants each month, so you will always have enough for your customers. We offer different packages based on your needs. So I would love to set up a time to speak with you and give you more information. So my question here is, have you ever written a business email? It's quite hard. I have. Have you written or have you sent a business email or a business notice?
Or maybe a formal email.
Maybe. Have you done it?
Yes, teacher. But in this email, only I saw that the vocabulary that we have to use for this type of email is formal and very short.
Yeah, it must be very short, very direct. So sometimes it's very difficult. Maybe you don't have a lot of text, but you need to be very, very straightforward. Very direct. Example 3 of another introducing yourself. So in the first one, it was introducing yourself in an interview. In the second one, how to introduce yourself in order to reach out a new client. In example number 3, you need to introduce yourself to a new coworker. Oh, so how would it be? This is here. But your new colleague will likely meet multiple people on the first day, so give your introduction brief. Yes, don't be like very talkative like we are Mexicans. We love talking and we want to speak to a person for a long time. But when you are in your job, it's better to speak a few minutes only. Example, my name is Aliyah and I work in the marketing department as a social media manager. Our teams hold weekly meetings and I look forward to working together in the future. Please let me know if I can help with anything as you orient yourself with the office. Don't be like your teacher. I don't like talking to my colleagues. I love working with myself, but you need to maybe speak, okay, my name is, I do this, and if you need some help, you can ask me out, okay? So this is another example. Good. So for next class, you're going to make your introduction yourself very short. How would you introduce yourself in, it could be in an interview or to reach out a new client or a new co-worker, okay? So either of them. So is it clear what you have to do for next class?
Yes, teacher.
Only one, not 3 of them, only one, okay?
Is possible that you share us your presentation, please?
Yes, in a moment when we finish class, yes. In the platform, at the end of tema number 1 or topic number 1, you have my presentation with no problem.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. So for this week, you check for 1.4 and 1.5 sharing work experiences beginning the meeting. So you did this forum about job experiences. And the first activity that we're going to do is that. Sharing job experiences. Well, I have good ones, bad ones, but I want you to share a bad experience and I want you to share a good experience. Okay, so I'm going to start. Jesus, a bad experience it was in my not formal first job. When I graduated from university, I wanted to work fast. Like, okay, I want to work. And I ended up working per se in an English school that I don't have to say name, but it's a horrible place to work because I didn't get paid. I was in a training and I got paid only 2 classes because all the classes were training, and I don't know, I was mis misbetreated. So I really hated that job because I was like, okay, all the time I was told, you are not pretty good at teacher, so you need to learn more here. And you need to work as other teachers. And I was like, no, that is not a good place. So that is a bad experience. A good experience in Mexico was working for a nursing school in which not only I found a good place to work, but I earned more money than I was expecting. And also working abroad in Canada was another good experience because I had nothing to do with my major, and I have to learn to send these formal emails all the time, and I have to learn from zero. I learned how to communicate with other people, not only in person but by email, traveling to different places, try to convince people to buy your products. So I think that was a good experience. So what about you, Rosie? What can you tell me? Your bad experience and your good experience.
As you told you, teacher, I asked you, told you in
Yes, I remember. I think in the fruits. Fruit.
yeah,
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
a good experience with this job is that I met lots of people. Um, a bad experience in this job is that sometimes you find people that they are I could, how can I say grosero?
Rude.
Rude. They are rude with you, and sometimes, for example, when they pay, they give you the money in bad way. Uh, but really, I think that it was a good job, but because I could learn about one way to... ¿Es posible como traducir la expresión cómo ganarse la vida? Earn the life.
To earn, yes, but it's not like that. It's to earn. I will give you. To earn.
Earn.
I know.
Oh.
Once. What is that? Ganarse la vida, it means to earn one's own bread.
One's own bread.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, teacher. And
You're
that's
welcome. Very good. No, yeah. I someday you will have a good experience. Yeah, maybe when we have our first jobs, we tend to have bad experiences because we are young, we don't know what to do, and people think that we are fools, and we are not. We are young. We don't have experience, but we are very capable of doing different things. Good. So now I have the CESIS job application form. So we're going to read very fast. So it is here, full name, Cecilia Saldaña Conde. Today, of course, is July the 10th. It's July. Wow. I thought that we were in June. Address, March 18th Street, number 19, Colonia. Well, that's in Spanish. Colonia National Airport. What is that? Esfuerzo Nacional. That's in Spanish. Yes, Ceci, please write down your bad experience and your good experience at work. Phone 2227893347. Email, it's LOVLI underscore LONGER 194 at hotmail.com. Date available immediately. Oh, very good. Social security number, so she doesn't have. Desired salary, $503, which is more or less 6,000 pesos. Pretty good. Position applied for logistics assistant. She's authorized to work in the USA. No, she's not. She says she's not. She has never worked for a company, and she has never been convicted of a felony. Education, high school, Vicente Guerrero, address La Joya Avenue, from 2012 to 2015. Oh, you're very young. You may feel the teacher old, because back in 2012 is when I graduated from university. Diploma check, or oh yes, she has a diploma, she graduated, yes. College, Unileader, address Barrio de Santiago, from 2018 to 2021. Did you graduate? No, degree in progress. So that's pretty good. Sometimes we can get our jobs without even being graduated, so being undergraduated. So we have the reference here, which is the father, sister, and cousin. Employment history, company private security gift, phone 2104780, address in Chanten Villa. So that would be in Spanish, no? Villa Encantada. That would be in Spanish because we're in Mexico. 5,503. Supervisor, Cipriano Sandoval. Job title, administrative assistant. Starting salary, 8,000 pesos per month, and in salary, 8,000 pesos per month. Responsibility, complete support to the management area, quotes management, or caja chica. Yes, it's pretty good. And reason for leaving, branch closure. Company, that would be company closure, no branch closure. Company, Santander, address Colonia La Paz, Julio Cesar, which was the supervisor, because it's a person. Job title says agent, starting salary 7,000 pesos per month, and ending salary 7,000 pesos per month. I'm going to read your back experience in a moment. Responsibility, displacement of credit cards to customers with kid credit history and who will have credit cards. Reason for leaving, term, or face university career. Good. Company, DG, insurance and bonds, address Colonia La Paz, supervisor Victoria Dominguez, job title, director's assistants, starting salary 9,500 pesos and ending salary 9,500 pesos per month for them. Responsibilities, total assistance to general and administrative management, collection area, partners and owners agenda. Reasons for leaving, start of pandemic. Good, and that's it. Very, very good. Good. So I think this is a very interesting job application form. And I think this is true because I know Ceci and she has worked in these places. So she's going to comment about a bad experience. She says a bad experience was when a boss was fighting a colleague and said very humiliating things to him, such as that he had no money and that is why he worked for him. Yeah, we tend to come over different bad people, no, who treat us not very nicely. Good. So now that we have worked and we have presented a job application form and the cover letter and the interview, so I have some questions for you about work experience. So the first one is, what work experience have you gained that will help you with this job? Question number 2, what will be the most important part of your work? 3, how would your friends and colleagues describe you? 4, what would you find most satisfying about this job? 5, what part of the job would you find hardest? And 6, what has your work experience told you about yourself? So I will give you for 4 minutes to answer questions. It could be real, or it could be based on a past experience, or it could be invented. So 4 minutes and we check. Is it clear? Or maybe you fallen asleep. I have fallen asleep. Okay, 4 minutes and we share our answers. I will share it too.
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Did you finish?
No, yes, teacher.
No? Okay. 2 more minutes.
Teacher, in the last question, what has your work experience taught you about yourself? What I cannot es ¿cuál es o qué es tu
¿Qué
experiencia?
es lo que tu experiencia laboral te ha enseñado sobre ti mismo?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
I finished, teacher.
Okay, so I'm going to start up with Ceci's answers because she's on the chat, and then we continue with Rosie. So on the first one, it says, what work experience have you gained that will help you with this job? Ceci's answer is knowing a little the insurance area help me to get more involved in the area or import and export. I think it doesn't have to be insurance area, it's managing area. Mm-hmm. Two, the most important part are the process that must be allowed since they are careful. An error may cause a penalty. Good. Three, I think they have, I moved a lot, sorry. They have to stay with the image that I am respectful, sociable, and committed. Good. Four, completing with my work without conflicts, or I can move this thing, or complications is the best. And finally, no. Five, everything has its difficulty, but the paper or brand are product from a foreign country. Six, what I can achieve even more than I can see. Oh, the answer for number six was nice. Hit. Rosie, you go with your questions, please.
Yes, teacher. My first answer is what work experience have you gained which will help you with this job? My answer is to know about some specific area. And the second question, my answer is the most important part of my work is when I get the experience to apply in the best way. And to the answer to the question, how would your friends and colleagues describe you? They say that I am a professional person and I contribute with the team when they need it. What will you find most satisfying about this job? I will be satisfied when I can find stability between my job and family. What part of the job would you find hardest? I think that is when you start a new job. It's difficult because you don't know how to do the things. What has your work experience taught you about yourself? Uh, I think is I can do things that I thought I couldn't do. I can do things that I couldn't that I didn't that I thought I couldn't do it, and I have more abilities that I think I don't know if I could express my idea, teacher. You got
No,
it?
yes, that is good. Maybe you would say I can do things that I wasn't able to do in the past.
Ah,
Yeah, I wasn't able because it refers a general ability. Good, good, very nice. Thank you, Ceci, and thank you, um, Rosie. Okay, so we have other questions. I love questions. So, what is your favorite part of your job? I know. I was gonna answer mine. Okay, sorry. The first one. What work experience have you gained that will help you with this job? I think to be patient with people, not to get stressed. Try to figure out a way to solve problems. Two, what would the most important part of your work? To be in contact with the students. Three, how would your friends and colleagues describe you? As a very disciplined person. Some people think that I'm intelligent. I don't consider myself intelligent. I consider myself disciplined. Four, what would you find most satisfying about this job? Um, the happiness I feel. Yes, the happiness that makes me feel. Five, what part of the job would you find hardest? My bosses. Just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Six, what has your work experience study about yourself that I can make it. I can make my dreams come true. Even though when people hate me, I can do it. I don't care. Now, next, what is your favorite part of your job? How do you manage your time? What books should I be reading? What do you do at work on a daily basis? What is the best thing about your job? And what advice do you have for someone new to the industry? What hard skills should someone in your field have? What soft skills should someone in your field have? Is there a quote that motivates you, and who inspires you? So we're not gonna answer your questions because we're running out of time, but this is our other questions that are made in an interview. So what is your favorite part of the job? I think to see that your students, in my case, my students learn. My time, well, I need to schedule all my activities in order to have free time. What books should I be reading? If you were a teacher, you should read all books about everything. Because as a teacher, you are not supposed to know everything, but you need to know a bit of everything. What do you do at work on a daily basis? Well, be with my students, work a lot, do a lot of activities. The best thing of your job, my students, what advice? To be patient and to study and to read a lot. Try to do a lot of, take a lot of workshops about learning, about teaching. What hard skills should someone in your field should have? Well, to know about pedagogical resources, speak English, of course, to know activities. What soft skills? Be patient, be punctual, have love for what you do. Is there a quote that motivates you? Yes. No matter how far you go, no matter how fast you go, it matters how far you get. So that comes from Confucius. And who inspires you? My mom, my family. Okay, so these are two questions. Do you have questions with the questions? It's a pretty good one.
No, teacher.
No,
Thank
good.
you.
And here we have finally other in-depth questions. No, and these questions are some of the questions that you may ask. So if you want to check the presentation more deeply, you can make it. So what is the best job decision you have ever made? What is the worst job decision you have ever made? What is your greatest career strength? What is your greatest career weaknesses? How do you make decisions at work? What is your process? Etc. So you can check it with no problems. And here we have finally tips for a great interview. Be respectful. So it's very important. Some questions may not be applicable to every mentor or industry leader. Make sure your guest remains comfortable. These are tips when you are the interviewer, not the interviewee. Ask ahead of time, take notes, maintain the connection, apply the advice, ask follow-up questions, and keep it conversational. So for next class, you are going to present your introducing yourself, and also you are going to present a topic, which is general theories of administration. So all the information is going to be on the platform in a moment. So do you have any question?
Teacher, we have two homework. First homework.
Yeah, you have two assignments. One is in your notebook only. You're introducing yourself paragraph, and then you're going to present general theories of administrations. I'm going to give you the information on the platform in a moment. Okay? So don't panic.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. So that's it for today. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed the class. So see you next week. Bye, students.
Bye, teacher. Have a good weekend.
You too. Stay home, stay healthy.
Thank you, teacher. Take care. Bye.
Bye.